Okay, you on, huh?
Shalom. H.O.I.
Sure.
We give our honors to our elders, all praises to Yahweh, and our worship to H.O.I. Today's lesson is going to be about brotherly love, based on things that happened in Memphis where 5 police officers beat up their own brother. So the lesson is about brotherly love. And I am Brother I'm Uncle Penuel.
Brother Melchizedek.
Brother Zachariah. Zephaniah. Zachariah would love it.
And we're here to open up this lesson today for the Sabbath.
Read Zachariah.
You want to go ahead? Let me read something.
Okay, yeah, he said a video coming soon. Go ahead. You say brotherly love. Okay, give me, let's start with Deuteronomy 28 and start at 29.
Deuteronomy. You say 28?
Yep, 28 and start at verse 29.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind grope in darkness. And thou shalt...
I don't know why I got that. Let's go to
33.
Is that what I was doing?
Probably so. Deuteronomy 30, give him 32 and 33.
Deuteronomy 32 and 33.
Still 28 chapter.
Hold on.
28 chapter.
No, give me the Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. I must have got that wrong somewhere. Give me that one first. I thought I read that here somewhere. I must have looked at it wrong.
Ecclesiastes?
Yeah.
Surely.
Ecclesiastes
7 and 7, right?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart.
Reason I said went to that one, oppression. Mm-hmm. We in oppression together as brothers. How do we get out of this oppression? We make it worse for each other. You know how? Doing each other wrong. What do they say? It's like crabs in a barrel. Right. Not only is the other nations putting us down, our own brothers are putting us down. Just like you spoke on the 5 brothers beating out one brother. That is also, we expect Esau to do that.
Right, yeah.
Guess who's doing it now? Our own brothers. It ain't bad enough that we got 7, 8, 9, 10 nations going against us.
Right.
Now we got our own people.
Going against us.
It's like you ain't safe outside, but now you ain't safe in your house either. You know what I mean? You ain't safe in your own room with your own brother. You got to be in your own house. You got to watch out for your own brother.
In your own house.
There you go. That's why I say oppression should make you mad. Oppression should bring us together. Because we in oppression together. That's the thing that's amazing about that thing right there with those 5 guys.
And it's, it's a shame that our own people are oppressing us, but that's a curse that was put on us.
Come on. But those things can be avoided. We already got Esau foot on our neck. Mm-hmm. Let alone our own brothers doing it. Exactly. Go ahead, huh?
Yeah, like you said, when we start to hit our own brother, and so when you call yourself a Gentile, these are Gentiles' activities. What would really shock us if 5 Israelites was whipping on another Israelites, because now we actually got to give y'all over to the heathens. There's almost nothing y'all do that's not living like an Israelite. Does not acknowledge yourself as an Israelite. There's nothing a Gentile can surprise me no more. This did it. I'm done. 5 Gentile police officers who are Israelites, but mentally they're Gentiles. they beat their own kind. Because I'm not going to say his own brother no more. So they beat up their own kind to where if we was blind, we would actually knew that this was Esau. We wouldn't have thought it was a Mexican. We would have thought there was 5 Arab police officers that did this. You know, if no one told us what nation of people that these was, we all would have lost $1 million, right? Because we can't imagine that this is going on amongst the body. Now, which body? Not a body of closeness, but a body of just knowing, you know, with body of slavery. You know, this shouldn't be going on. That this took place to a people that have been enslaved. How do we come out of slavery? And we're not even out. How do we come into a way that we can be part of the society, and this is what we're doing? You know, so now when you call yourself a Gentile, or when you see people as a Gentile, you got to really look, you got to be like they are. You know, we don't see Israelites with fringes on coming out of gas stations shooting each other. You don't see Israelites with fringes on, stumping, beating, pulling over another innocent brother. Well, I'm not for sure if he's innocent or not, but another brother, you know, of the same kind. We don't even do this to the other nations, you know, and everybody knows that if that was a white boy that got out that car, this would have never happened. I don't care how mad them cops was at that guy. If he was another nation, this would have never happened. And so it's almost that the easy if a person is not living as an Israelite, he can easily, and he already possibly could be a coon. Because to live as an Israelite is saying these things that waver over our spirit, we do not accept. We do not accept the identity of we hating each other. That's waving over our spirit. We do not, being an Israelite, we don't accept that. We don't accept our women's going out with, you know, half dress and stuff like that. Being an Israelite, we do not accept that. So the spirit that y'all got waving over this earth, that the color of our people accept. But there are some colors that they are the same colors, but there are another people that won't go for this. And this is what I say: if this black man do something stupid, then I come behind him finna get some gas, I get treated like him. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody's starting to think we all stupid, we all coons. You see what I'm saying? And some of you black folks, ignorant. I mean, not only, you know, when you look at a person that killed, what's his name? Nolan, the brother.
Tyrese.
When you know how Christians get mad at them 5 guys that did that. That's how y'all are spiritually, though. See, to be a Christian, you're watching yourself spiritually. They're doing it physically, but spiritually, y'all the same way. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Christians, you know. Now, what I'm trying to say is Christians are not physically doing these things. I'm not saying that. But spiritually, they're reckless just like this. Okay? And then you got the gays, black gay people. Black gay people is reckless just like this. Because what you're telling other boys it's okay to change from who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be dead in the way we are. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to kill him because he's dead. So he's dead, and other people making themselves dead, and Christians are making you dead. We actually got crafty counsel all around us. I mean, do you kind of understand what I'm saying? We got crafty counsels all around us. It's everywhere. You can see. I can identify these 5 black guys almost everywhere. Go ahead.
Let me get I'm gonna click it back. Let me get 1 John 4, start at 20. Go ahead.
1 John, chapter 4. Yeah. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
No, if a man say he love God, but he beat his brother.
If a man say he love God and hate his brother, he is a liar.
If he jump on his brother with 4 other people, handcuffed him.
He is a liar.
Finish that out loud.
He is a liar for he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen. How can he love Yahweh whom he hath not seen?
Give me one second. See how now I'm gonna break that down. How can these brothers say they love God and what they did to this brother? This is what they're saying. How you love God, but this is what you did to your brother. Mm-hmm. This guy has the same complexion that you got. You know what I'm gonna say? What kills me about that situation? I don't want to go. A lot of times, probably them brothers came from almost probably the same neighborhood as that brother. You just a brother that got a job. You just a brother that got a job. That's how it is a lot of times. Y'all, they probably ain't come from no high scale neighborhood. Maybe one of them, 2 of them did. Not the majority of them. You know what I mean? And it says, look at it, what's up. How you say you love God, but you hate your brother?
Right, that's right.
You ain't seen God. God could, it's the same as the brother you beat. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and finish that out. Huh?
Number 21. And this commandment he have from him, that he who loveth Yahweh love his brother also.
So that's how you know, like you say, and I ain't trying to harp on the Christian church, this scripture probably was never read in the church. This probably, not only Baptist church, because this, how you love God, to do that, but you love your brother also. You can't love God, because look how you did your brother. And like we said earlier, I can't imagine, how could 5 guys be like, if you, we don't even not saying you live in the Israelite way, just your thought process, like, man, this guy's done. Why am I still kicking this guy? He can't move.
And then on top of that, why am I letting him keep kicking this guy?
That,
and I know he can't move.
So this is a commandment. You're supposed to love your brother. And that's one of the things, like you say, we under the curses. Imagine if we flipped all this and we did the opposite. Instead of hurting each other, we help.
Right.
Instead of knocking each other down, we pick each other up. Mm-hmm. Imagine what position we would be in. Imagine if how we treat each other, we just did that to the other nations and not ourselves. Right. What position would we be in as a people? Right. Just like I said, on that one thing alone. That one thing alone. If we spoke to each other, hey, brother, you need some help, you need a ride, brother. Imagine what position would we be in life.
So I got a precept on it.
Come on.
It's Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Come on.
And towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the memory of his children, which he gave you.
But you said it earlier, that's part of the curses.
Yep.
And that's how people say the Jewish people are part of this book. They don't hate their brothers like that.
No.
So how do you fit this book? And you ain't fit nothing in it. Y'all don't do each other like that. And now that I think about it, how come our people can't see that? You know what? So, some of us can't see. You know what? That is us. Mm-hmm. We hate our N-word. What you looking at? Just them up stuff don't like. That's us. We hate each other.
Yeah, we easily see. One thing about the other nations, get Psalms 83 and 2. Saying we hate each other and we don't even see that.
You said Psalms 83 too.
God.
So you're saying we hate each other
the things in this book, just like we just said, if you hate your brother, it's tender to the heart. Who that? If we did a process of elimination,
right?
Let me see. Does a Chinese man hate the other Chinese man?
Like I do. Like I hate mine.
No, I don't think that. Let me see the Russian man. No, the Hawaiian man. Let me the white man. Does he? The black man. That only fits one group. and you can even say the so-called Mexicans, they do the same thing.
Exactly.
So if we do a process with elimination, we have to go, wait a minute. That part is undeniable. That don't fit nobody else. You can't say, oh yeah, the Chinese man say, what they call each other, I just don't, rice eaters. They don't say stuff like that to each other.
Rice nigga, rice nigga.
Whatever they call themselves, whatever name. They don't say that to you. You don't even see the white man say, hey, cracking to each other. This only fits one group of people. Now, when I say Mexican, we still in the same group, but it don't fit nobody else. That's how some people can't say it don't fit nobody. And it's just one. It's several that you can't be like, let's do the process of elimination. Somebody had what's that yoke iron on that? Let me see. Was it the Arab? No, I don't remember. Was it the white man?
Right.
Let's see. Was it the Asian?
That's right, not him.
Maybe it was the Gypsy.
I mean, these curses only fit one group of people. So how this ain't you? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You are lost. I just say, you are sick. You sick. By you not recognizing it, that's part of the curses.
Exactly.
Well, Shalaki, that's we easily manipulated. You know, we're easy to manipulate us, or to get us to, or to trick us into doing something. Even back in the days, you know, we had different music, right? This music today, what they singing is actually what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Is what you know what the kids are singing, then the other kids are actually doing it. You know, singing about with your pants down. They're actually doing it. You know, singing about popping mollies or whatever, being a dope fiend. I remember dope fiend was not in style. Those dope fiends had never been in style to this day.
God.
You see what I'm saying? A dope fiend is not someone you want to trust, right? Not someone you want. If he's shoveling your snow in the wintertime and snow coming down, you still want to make sure his footprints is leaving your house. You see what I'm saying?
Not to be trusted,
Right. So, but how do the white man say, I need you to make some music about this, that, and other? And all he had to do is watch outside and see the people do exactly the song that he had, the other black guy to make. They doing exactly that, right? Now I want you to make some song about, and I want you to wear a purse, and I want you to wear some high heels. I want you to act like you're pregnant, consider the devil's lap. Oh, this is stuff I want you to do. And he look out the window. These niggas got red, white, and blue, and green flags, and they switching with stuff like that. Then you go back to my man. Now I want you to. All you do is look out the window and see us doing it. How you feel to be in a nation that dumb? You see what I'm saying? Because the only thing I can do, even when I do a lot of Arabs, if you watch these Arabs and they're not behind a bulletproof glass, most 9 times out of 10, the Muslim Arabs, they like to put your money on the table. They don't supposed to put it in your hand, right? Because it's not just one doing it. I'm dealing with several different people, not in the same building, in different areas, and they putting their money on the table. I got to pick it off the table when I just gave them mines in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are so stupid that, but by the time they get to me and he doing that, he been doing it among all of us, and a lot of us have not picked it up. You know what I'm saying? These niggas don't know the shit. They are dumb, and that's just a play tool just to see what these niggas notice. It's just that we about to run. We can run this nation for another 70 years because these niggas are not gonna wake up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you see them five chocolate covered white boys that beat up that black person, you're actually looking at white boys because they mentally see themselves.
So the same thing white boys do.
They mentally there. They there. I mean, matter of fact, they're there to the top of the level. You can't get no further white than these two niggas. You cannot get no further. You cannot be no racist than these five hunkies, black hunkies, chocolate covered police officers. You know what I'm saying? You cannot get no whiter than them. So when you're dealing with these people, you got to really have your antennas up on people that don't have fringes on. You got to really check them out because they're a danger. All them people with no fringes on, you see what they're doing? I mean, I'm not saying, when I say no fringes on, I'm saying not keeping the commandments. And the reason why I say no fringes is because I can see the commandments. That's what I mean by no. I'm not talking about fringes is everything. No. The commandments. When I see the commandments, I can see the commandments with fringes on. Right? That's a sign that you could be doing the commandments.
So, Lucky, I got a question. Can you actually be racist towards your own people?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna answer that, and I'm gonna speak on my own personal thing. My grandmother was racist towards black people, and it was built in her, like you say, from life. Because my grandmother used to say things like this: "I ain't going to no black doctor. I ain't going to no N-word dentist," because it was in her mind that we couldn't do the same thing that they did.
Mm-hmm.
So you know unconsciously, because she runs the South.
Right, yeah.
And you know, it's been putting people that we can't do. I ain't going to no black mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard that before.
So you know, and that's how they thought.
Right.
But you know the catch with that, you rather go to a person who despise you.
Right. Because you despise.
Especially back then, you rather go to a person that despise you for health care.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, you know, you're saying, okay, I rather go. Now, I don't know if he can do it or not, but I'd rather go to this person. And we talk about 56 that was spit my water, probably put the wrong thing in me. Right. I prefer to go to him than my own people. That I don't know. I'm not saying he's good or bad. You don't know if he can do it or not.
So what you saying?
I know this person back in the 40s and 50s. I know what they was doing.
Right. Yeah, there was worse. Yeah, so what you saying is that I hate my own people so much that I cannot see the white man sticking me with a butcher knife in the back of my neck. I hate these niggas so much that the white man is on my back. I cannot see.
But I'm saying her defense. Back then, guess what they were showing? You only seen white people on TV.
Yeah.
You only seen white doctors.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't a lot of black. And if they were, they were so far. So when you see only things like this,
people prefer the best.
It sees my people can't do it. And or like you say, this person is better. And I'm gonna be honest, when I went to a black dentist, the brother was the best dentist I ever had. You know what I mean? So I mean, but we talk about a different time. We talk about from 40s to like the 80s. You know what I mean? When you see all this, and Esau know all this, they do tests like that. You don't think that they like the tests they do with animals? You don't think they do tests the same thing like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, right in front of your face.
We don't in the movies. We put all this white people on. Oh, this the person that can only act. You can only play a white person can only play a doctor. I'm gonna tell you in sports for the longest.
Hockey.
What they say? Blacks weren't smart enough to be quarterbacks.
Right.
But who dominated the game now?
Right. Same person who could have been dominating.
But see, that's what they be putting people saying. You even had some cats on the NFL level there telling them, you played in the college. Oh man, you can't play here.
Don't you have 2 black quarterbacks?
Yeah, but I'm saying back then they used to be like, the underlying word was they ain't smart enough.
They ain't smart enough, right?
You know, certain cats be like, I'm a quarterback. No, you can't put me. I just won't play then. I'm just not gonna play. But you see, that's the stuff that it's a program.
Right,
it's a program.
That's why they call it a program.
You know what I mean? They said so much, some of us actually believe we ain't capable of doing that.
Yeah, but you know, because back then, you know, quarterbacks was about the highest players in the game. Now, you know, things changed a little bit. You know, you got running backs to get paid more than, a lot of
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
receivers know, but the point I'm seeing, you only seeing, just like how we think it's an amazing thing, now he not black, that Obama was a president. We ain't never seen one. So in school, who gonna say, oh, I can be a black person? You ain't never seen that.
Right.
So you basically saying it's impossible.
Right.
You ain't never seen that.
Right.
You see us in one light. So the projection is, this is all we can do. That's the projection they was doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many of us movies a little seen of black doctors? Rarely.
He's really,
So in your mind, why would I even think, I don't see nobody, my people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just like you was going to have me read, it's a program. They do that. They run tests. No different than they run on lab mice. No different. They run these tests.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I've been through it. I know about it.
Okay, Shalaki. Read Psalms 83, verse 2.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. Everybody there?
Yep.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thy enemy make a tumult, and they hate thee that have lifted up the head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Oh, right there. It said, thy enemies. And so these people, they are our enemies. And they have been our enemies since we've been sharing land with them, countries with them. And so they make a tumult, they gather together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. And so by them gathering together, they have come up with a council for these people here, And I always say that, we say, for instance, we are the other nations. And we may not get along. I might not get along with China. And I may not get along with Russia. But what we do understand is that for us to keep the world under our power, right, we have no choice but to come together and keep them asleep. And keep these, black folks sleep, right? And so what we would do, we would come up with counsel. We would come up with, so we good with making the land look great, flying planes, telling you going to the moon, this, that, and other. So now you're looking at us like we got, because we got everything on lock, right? We got the nuclear weapons on lock. We got, everything that you can worship God for, we got on lock, and we feed you, right? And so now it takes us millions of dollars for us to keep you asleep. And for you to find out you're an Israelite is shocking. You know what I'm saying? Because we spend so much money to keep these people asleep. But continue on.
And have consulted against thy hidden ones.
And so by us coming together, you're hidden to who you are, right? Because our consultation, we can't. The stuff we put on the table and agreed upon, we threw it against you, and it's destroying you. You don't even know who you are. Go ahead.
Verse 4. They have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation."
And so the heathens have said, "Come, let us cut these Israelites off from being a nation." Do you hear 10 years ago? Do you hear black folks calling themselves Israelites? No, you don't hear that. I mean, you wasn't hearing that, right? That's because we just waking up. But if I'm 50 or 60 or 40, it's been 20, 30 or 40 years that I have not been hearing nothing about no Israelites. So when they said come cut us off, come cut them off. So now that I'm cut back on, who in the hell cut me off? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You get it? Now I'm back when I'm an Israelite. How did this, for one, why I don't know that I'm an Israelite? Who cut this off from me? You know what I'm saying? How long was I been cut off? I ain't talking about how long was I been cut off since I'm 50 years old and I'm just finding out. I'm talking about how long it's been cut off from you for 400 years. Not just you for 50, or you for 30, or you for 25, or you for 75 years. What about your foremothers who went through 80 years and still never knew? She went through her whole life not knowing that she was an Israelite. She picked this book and always seen this book as a white man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Let me see. Verse 4, they have said, come, let's cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance.
Right, so now that I'm cut on, who in the hell cutting me off? You know what I'm saying? And my name, for me to be cut off, of course there's no more remembrance, because not only do I don't know it, who I am, you know, the lady of my nation, she don't know. The children of my nation, they don't know. This is why we acting like out of order. You know, when we find out, the point is that we found out who we were. The light is on. But guess what? This order is already on the floor. This order been like this here for 400 years. So now us finding out who we are, how do we come down and show us this order? Because this order has been planned by the damn heathens. They done put this down. And the only way we can find out if this is this order or not is to wake up. Now that he woke us up, now we see that this is, look what the hell is this? This is a black female. She would get killed back in the days, dressing like that, opening up your mouth like that. You see what I'm saying? And the kids looking like this. We out of order. And what these white folks doing on top of y'all? Y'all done lost it. Gather yourself back together. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading. No.
Go ahead, I got because I thought that was it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unless you want to.
No, you good. You take over.
No, you're good. You speak, man. Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 33.
You got that?
Well, we gonna continue on, like, you know, the brotherhood, how we can, you know, we see the negatives, but we're gonna focus on some of the positives here that
Jeremiah 50
and 33.
Jeremiah 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Kind of stop right there.
That's heavy.
Both of us, right. Northern and Southern Kingdom, you know, so-called all black, so-called Native Americans, together. You see how it says together?
Yeah.
When you do something together, we oppress together.
Right.
So in order to get out the oppression, our brothers, we got to come back together.
Right.
That's that brother. You know, we got to realize with us, with the so-called, you know, Native Americans, so-called Mexicans, we brothers. We got to stop. You know how the enemy does this. You know, if I put them two together, they'll never notice who the real problem is. That's like
put the two against each other.
There you go. You and your brother fighting, but it's somebody else on the outside is the initiator.
Yeah, the instigator.
And you got to look at, man, me and you brothers. This got a problem. Finish that out, huh?
and all that took them captives, held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Our situation, same thing. So-called Mexicans in 1400, they were taken captive. Native Americans. We are brothers. You know, of course, brothers have issues, but it's time to come together. It's time, like you said, it's time to get back what's ours.
Right.
And we're going to do it hand in hand. That's the only way it can be done. Right. Finish that out. Let's go to that next verse.
I just want to say that.
Go ahead.
And even though we have issues, we have a big issue with the nations that's against us. It don't make a difference. We can keep our issues if we want to. We have to come together to kick this butt. We have to. And it ain't no wrong with me. We can keep that if that's what you like. But we got to get together to get this one.
Like you said, me and your issues, we're going to put that to the back burner.
Right.
Let's take care of this first.
Right.
And then if you want me and you can figure out me if you want.
Later.
Let's do this now.
Right.
Because this is the issue.
Right, this is the issue. And this is what's going to cause, this issue here is going to trickle down to our kids. Now, me and your issue ain't going to trickle down to our kids. It's going to stop where we stop it at. But these niggas here, we got to get them out the way.
Verse 34. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon.
That's just like what we just said.
That's heavy right there.
He say, when y'all get together, I'm going to get y'all out of Babylon, and when y'all get together, guess what I'm going to give you? I'm going to give you the rest that you've been wanting. All I'm doing is waiting for y'all to wake up and be like, man.
And I'm going to give it to you.
There you go. This man ain't my enemy.
Right.
You the enemy. You the one always in our business when we try to get something.
Right.
You the one always butting in. What y'all doing over there in the land? Can I help? No, man. Stay over there. We don't need your help. But y'all over there building some houses? No, we good. Leave us alone. We ain't asked for your help. But you know, that's what Esau always got to do. Well, you know what? I can help y'all with a loan. You wouldn't help us when we start building. You know, leave us alone, man.
Right.
Because like you said, you know what Esau, he want to put his hand in it.
Right.
When he put his hand in it, okay, yeah, I'm going to take 52%. But when you wake up, guess what he going to have? 95%.
And a balloon.
There you go. Or try to get you out of it. Or the same thing. You know what he said about you, Mexican, right? You know what he said about you, black man, right? You know what I mean? And that's what they do. But that's it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just want to say that you spoke on what the Most High say. Most High say, when y'all get together in Babylon, because we know this Babylon, I'm going to give y'all rest.
Right.
I'm waiting on y'all. Once y'all get it together, now it's time.
All right, see, I think that, Salaki, you know, and that's one thing about it, you know, when y'all get together, you see what I'm saying? Because, and the good part about it, he don't need all of us to get together. You know what I'm saying? Because their God is the weapons that they carry. That's their worship, that flag. They worship the flag. They worship what came. They worship what they put together. They don't worship our type of God. You see what I'm saying? Our God, like they have their God, and you can't beat their God. You can't beat them weapons that they got. That's their God. You can't put no flag on your house. We already got y'all hypnotized on looking at ours on my house. See the flag on my matter of fact, y'all got my flag on your house. We got you so hypnotized, and then the thing y'all we worship guns. Now y'all trying to buy a lot of guns because y'all want to worship guns too, right? But y'all still got to worship me because anything that comes from me that you like, give me y'all worship. I'm your God, really. Now, if we come together and go towards our God, He's our weapon. He said, "I'm coming down. All y'all got to do is come together. That's it." And the other nations like we can't have them to come together. You know what I'm saying? Get that basketball player some money. Put what's that one you used to always come down with them funny dresses on?
Robin.
Yeah, Robin. Keep one of them, you know, lightly gay. Keep my man used to play with LeBron James, the light skinned guy, point guard. Russell
Westbrook.
Yeah, Southbrook. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
He used to come down with dresses on. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So keep that little soft stuff in the atmosphere of what they worshiping, so we can keep controlling them. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to keep them hidden. You see what I'm saying? Because once they come together, they God gonna come down for us.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? How can we lose and don't have to fight anyway? We ain't got to fight, dog. We're supposed to win without fighting. All we do is come together. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
How you lose and you don't have to fight? If you ain't the dumbest nigga on this planet, how do you fail a test and you don't have to take it? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
This nigga failed the test just walking in the door.
I'm not going to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga so ugly. He already failed because you can't come in my class to pass, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You think what I'm saying?
No, I think
And it's not like that with us. We just, I don't understand how all we do is come together. I mean, it's something that we have to do, but why is that war? It's war for us to come together. You know what I'm saying? We hate each other so much. How in the hell you can get me to tell me? I mean, that's good.
Somebody give me Proverbs 3 and 31.
I'll get it. Proverbs 3 and 31. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not, thou oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
That's one of the reasons we came. We want to be like the man that got a foot on her neck. I want to get blonde hair. Men like I want to get blonde hair.
My fingernail polish.
I want to wear skinny pants. Huh? I want to speak like this guy. I want to shave my beard. I want to be like Esau, because he master said, I want such amount of money so I can be, how they say, I want to be $1 million because I don't want to live with them no more. I want to live with Esau. Esau don't want you with him.
That's what they feel to realize.
Yeah, he don't want you there with them. He proved that all the time, because when you move there, he move out.
Yep.
That's just say don't envy his ways. See, that's one of the things we got to get rid of as a people, as brothers. We got to stop wanting to be like them.
It's like clean chasing dirt.
First of all, who would want to be like them? Mm-hmm. They don't got no melanin. They can't jump as high as you. They can't run as fast as you. Right. They want to be you. They have nothing that we want. Why do you want to be? Why you want your hair blonde? For what reason? What reason? Why do you want to be like them? You know what I mean? They don't have melanin. Right. Genetically, they're inferior. They ain't as tough as you.
The blue eyes, weaker.
Their voice ain't as strong as you.
Right.
They ain't as smart as you.
Right.
That's one of the reasons. That keeps us from being brothers. And then when you tell one of them, man, why you got great? What's it to you? You jealous? A blonde hair, man? Are you for real?
Right.
Or wearing tight pants?
Or wearing your pants down?
You know what I mean? Don't choose the way of the oppressor. That's one of the ways we back. As brothers, we got to say, man, come on, man, you got to be better than that, man. You got to be better than that, man. And that's how a brother tell a brother. Man, you got to get yourself in order. That's why, we go out to the highways and byways for our people. That's the brotherhood. That's the strong. That's love.
That's love.
Man, I love you, but I don't want you like this.
Right.
Like you say, when you living like a heathen, you living like a dog, basically. You a dog. You eating pork. That's an abomination. You a wild animal eating that. You gotta stop it. But what some of our people say? And they did nothing to me now. Does that mean they ain't gonna do nothing to you later? You see, that's our people. That's our people. And that's what they go. They did nothing to me now.
I've been eating pork all my life.
That's silly stuff.
And
you're a Christian, right, though? But did you read the Bible where God says abomination?
That's the Old Testament.
Yeah, but the laws are done away with.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, his son.
And who told you that? The pastor? Did he show it to you? Find in the Bible where it says it. I don't want to hear what Pastor Porkchop said.
That's not you gonna hear.
Because he told you, I need 50 from you in this collection plate. While your bill cutting off, he driving away in an $80,000 car.
And you sitting in the $500 seat, you got to go in the back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love my people. I got a $50 line. Hold on, I love you too. I got a $100 line. I need you to get in the line though.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but that's our people right there. You know what I mean? Not reading for themselves. It's time to wake up. You know what I mean? The time is short, and if you can't see time is changing, something wrong with you.
But I can't stand out there and on the street and try to win souls. But you can go in that building and do the jerky ghost. You see what I'm saying? For about 2 hours. And fall on the floor. You ain't got to do all that where we at.
Salaki, and listen, I posted a post on Facebook the other day. I said, I went to church for 60 years and didn't hear no scriptures. All I heard was the preacher You know, and boy, didn't I get some backlash. Boy, my people was going off on me, boy. It was kind of funny though, cause I knew it was coming. Boy, my people was lit up on me.
They let you go with that one.
Yeah, they let me go with that one.
We did. You got something out?
Yeah, I had something. Read. See, can you go to Tobit? No. Go to Maccabees. Go to First Maccabees, 2nd chapter, 65. You give me First Maccabees, 12:17. No, yeah. Give me First Maccabees 12:17.
You want to get 2:65?
Yeah.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 65.
17.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 65. Everybody there say come. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 65. And behold, I know that your brother Simeon is a man of counsel.
Come. Okay, so our brothers, always had are able to transfer something to you. When you love your brother, your older, the youngest, whatever, and he's a good brother, then you always take something from him. You always listen or use something that he said. Why? Because he was closer to you, in your life as you knew, right? And so whenever you go to your brother, and your brother's a good counselor, right? Your older brother is good enough to always counsel his younger. He ain't got to know everything because the younger don't need to know everything at this point. But what the younger need to know, because his brother just come from 1st grade, 2nd grade, 8th grade. So what his younger brother need to know, he can supply that. Because always a younger brother, oldest brother should be his counselor. You see what I'm saying? And here, this showing you that we was close people. Your brother, he's telling your brother is the one with the good counsel. You see what I'm saying? Someone you'd be glad to go to. Right, read that over.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 65. And behold, I know that your brother Simeon is a man of counsel. Give an ear unto him always.
Hold on. Give an ear. Give an ear. You can't take your ear off and give it to him. That means your listening part of your brain, keep it open to him. Because he's not going to lead you wrong. Give an ear to him. You see what I'm saying? Which means never give him a hard time on saying, I don't believe it, I think it's wrong. He didn't say, beware of him. He said, give an ear to him. And see, back then, like you said, they cuss, but they use different stuff. They may call a person a snake. You know what I'm saying? Or they may call a person a dog. Still saying, be your bitch, you're a devil. You see what I'm saying? And so it was doing the same thing.
Well, it's like, like today, the word dog could be several different things.
Yeah.
It could be a real dog.
Yeah.
Then, like you say, dog could mean my boy.
Yeah.
Women use dog as a trifling name.
Yeah.
That same word can mean 3 different things.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
3 different,
And this is what I like the scripture for, because this is what we talked about earlier. The brother. Remember how we said, when we was coming up, the older cats always schooled you.
Right. Yeah.
That was their job.
That was their job. Yeah.
Your uncle schooled you.
Right.
That was their job.
Right.
Because you know why? Man, I seen this before. I did this, young brother. I'm trying to pull your, I'm trying to pull your coattail, man.
Well, you knew over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you how it goes so you won't get in trouble. That's what your uncle's like. Listen, man, your father. Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you how to do this, man. Come over here, man. Hey, what's the other word? Hey, young blood, come here. Let me holler at you, man. You can't do all that, blah, blah, blah. You gotta do, when I was younger, man, an older cat told me, he said, listen, man, you know how to raise like, just get you a nice watch, man, a nice
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't see that.
Right, he didn't think that. He know what he do. He know what
Yeah.
he do.
You know, he didn't come in, listen, man, I'm going to tell you how to get him. He say, listen, man, just go to their house, give them about 2 flowers, drop it off and leave. He said, I guarantee you none of these other fools did that. you going to stick in her head.
Right.
And this is what the old cat told me. He said, man, go on stage. He said, go over there, drop off the 2 flowers. Say, okay, I was just thinking about you, stop it, dude, and take off. He said, see how that work out. He said, I guarantee you ain't nobody else doing that. You know what I mean? And that's game. This is what all the cat doing.
Niggas putting the dime back in the blunt.
You know what I mean? So like we said earlier, guys don't believe it. The older you got experience.
Right.
Just like we spoke on in the NFL, when rookie quarterbacks come in, they don't let them jump in automatically. You gotta play behind this guy.
Right.
He got experience.
Right. He can teach you something.
There you go. When you come on the job, who got the guy that's been there 5, 6? He got to teach. He got experience.
Right. And these days, the person with you got to be behind with experience. These young persons, they be hating like, damn, I'd be glad to get out the way. But instead of, because he's not gonna leave no quicker than he gonna leave. Instead of looking at how he put things down,
God.
Instead of taking all that he can give you before he leaves.
God.
You see what I'm saying? And that's just like like with me. When I was young, I hung around people older than me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hang around, especially when I was down south. I ain't hang around people my age. You know what I'm saying? Because to me it was like I wasn't there. So I was more hanging around. When I'm 14, I'm hanging around guys 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to them, standing under them a lot, just listening. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them kids that just stayed under grown folks. You know what I'm saying? With a quiet mouth. And so I was able to do it. Why? Because my mouth was quiet. Right. Then they get attached to you. I was cool with them. You see what I'm saying? These days, you can't even find young guys that want to hang with older guys. You see what I'm saying? It's been a change so much to where young guys don't want to listen to older guys. You see what I'm saying? And then most times, it's like, hey, can you teach me that, Uncle Jay? Man, listen, your father taught me everything. You need to start listening to him. Because if you want me to teach you, can you like what I got? I got it from your daddy, who's trying to talk to you.
I'm trying to stop you from humping your head.
I'm trying to talk to you. Cutting that book out.
You know what I mean?
And that starts from the childhood, because brotherhood comes from relationship. It's a relationship,
right.
And the commandments keep you in that relationship, even if we're different camps.
Yeah,
if you got with that color on, and I got my color on, with our symbols, you know what I'm saying, and we are our fringes. I can't see you in the store on Saturday, and I ain't got no business in you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Why? And so what's that doing? That got us together, right? That's keeping us in a relationship, and we ain't even in the same camp,
right? And
we got a relationship.
So we keep checking each other.
You got to. You know what I'm saying? You riding down finna pick up your auntie from work, and my man coming out there with a grocery bag with fringes on. You be like, hold on, my brother. Salwan. I mean, sound slow, because I know you something right. You see what I'm saying? Right, and so that's a relationship amongst everybody. We don't have to get along. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep the commandments to fight this person back. You know what I mean?
Okay, you say you wanted First Maccabees.
Yeah, do this.
Yeah, First Maccabees. What's that? 1.
Yeah, First Maccabees 12 and 17.
Yeah, 12 and 17. 12 and 17. First Maccabees 12 and 17. We commanded them also to go unto you, and to salute you, and to deliver you our letters concerning the renewing of our brotherhood.
No.
Well, that's it. There we go.
Yeah.
We commanded. That's a commandment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, a guy from a different camp to salute. We ain't in the same camp.
Right.
We don't even have to really speak it. We just to salute. You still my brother.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Right.
And it's like renewing. And that's what that is. Even though, like you say, we different camps, okay, but But when the Messiah come back, that's going to squash. So the different camps mean something to a certain extent, but they don't.
Right.
Because we still all up under this. This is one thing. So the camps, granted, they different, but we all under this as one group of brothers. You know what I mean? So the brotherhood is okay. You in Chicago, okay, we got that little minor stuff, but we still brothers. Because just like you say, if you think, just like I'm gonna give you an example of Moses when he first found out, the Israelite brother who he jumped, saved from getting jumped on. He was like, "This is my brother," and just like if you think if Esau do, I don't care what camp you in. No, I ain't about to let you do nothing to this guy.
Right.
I could care. Me and this guy could not get along. You ain't about to do nothing to him.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You ain't about to do nothing to him.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
So that's how, you know what I'm saying? That's what this is saying. Because the renewing, and that's what we're trying to get back to doing. We're renewing that brotherhood. When we see each other, that's my brother.
Right.
Are you all right, brother? You need anything? You need anything? Right. Okay, I'll drop you off, and we still brothers. We don't have to. You want to go ahead? We still brothers, and that's how we get out of this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, I can say, and I got a precept for that too, man. I'm glad you pulled that one up. But let's go to Leviticus 19 and 17, and that's how we build, man. That right there, that one scripture, man.
You got it.
That's building. You know what I mean? When you respect your brother, and that is a building process amongst family.
Oh yeah.
And like you say, they commanded. And you
1916.
1917.
Let me say something before we do that.
Go ahead.
And it's just like you have like people living as African Americans, people living as black. You know, I'm black, I'm African American, I'm Yubu Wabi, I'm Wabi your cousin. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they call themselves. Now, are the Crips and the Bloods? You see gunfire, right? You see war, you see killing, right? Now that's just two different Gentiles. Now you take the same Gentiles and give them the commandments and put them in a different camp. Do you see the camps shooting each other? No. We in a check game. Our beef is get the commandments together to serve God. That's our beef. Our beef ain't Crips and Blood, the type of murder they got on their hands, right? Our any other nations, our children's, how they killing each other. Our rappers, how they get killed, right? Okay, so you see how disorder that is. But when it comes to our people, you know what I'm saying, it's keeping the commandments, that know who they are. Do you see that world, the world of the Israelites? They don't have one counter murder amongst each other. The world of the Israelites. And if it is, it's so limited that you can't even see it, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the world of the Gentiles is not trying to keep the commandments, including all of them. You see what I'm saying? You see the reckless is going on, the gays is going on. I mean, you see what I'm saying? You see no order, and you want to believe that come to this church. Do you see the dysfunction in the lifestyle of all of them, right? You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so you got two different worlds. Now you got the world of Israel, and you can't even put them on TV. What we on the streets doing? Commandment checking, and that's amongst each other. You like that moon? I don't like that moon. I mean, I don't like it, but you believe that moon. I believe that moon. Believing means that we try to serve God. Now, where our difficulties these at? Going up the ladder to praise Him. That's our fight. You know what I'm saying? Our fight ain't stand down here. Our fight is getting it together and getting it right so we can keep it straight with Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Our fight ain't even killing each other, and we don't agree on everything. What the hell y'all doing? What the hell y'all doing? Police officers, Gentile ass niggas walking up and down the street. You see what I'm saying? What y'all doing out here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our kids are watching me and you.
Right. Because
you know what I'm saying? Like and so our kids start choosing us, and you mad? They don't nobody want to live under that pornography thing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You had something to say out?
Yes, well, Leviticus
19:17.
book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
See right there, that's a commandment.
Right.
Not to hate your brother. God telling you not to do that. And just like we spoke on before, imagine us as a people if we flip that hate, and you can call it love, and not did the things that we do to each other. How much better would we be?
You know what? It's like I don't interrupt you. It's like we the best people hate each other.
God.
We love to hate each other. You see what I'm saying? We the best in that.
God.
We the best basketball players. We the best one. We the best football players. We the best one killing each other.
God.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We the best gays. White gay. You put a black guy in gay, so he gonna come with blind wig. He gonna come with all that, right? He just gonna go all out. We the best gays.
So like the brother in Chicago. Remember the one who came out that story? You see? Remember?
Oh yeah.
They thought my man was Prince or somebody, man.
Yeah.
He had his hair. His hair was whipped, man.
And he had the kid, the outfit on.
Yeah.
With heels like this.
Yeah.
That nigga walked across the street
Yeah.
with blonde hair. You just thought he was. I was like, what the hell?
We looking like
JJ or
Nigga had to be a high fashion.
he on some different type game, man. He dressed to the T.
Oh, yeah, man.
And that's what I'm saying. And guess what? when we get back, we ain't scared to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we're scared to speak to each other because of damage.
Right.
You know, that's been coming to our music, into our lifestyle, all that, and into the TVs of how we're supposed to feel about each other. Mm-hmm. And now we have no choice but to believe it. Right. Right? Because the news bringing two black guys got shot, 3 rappers got found in the building. You know what I'm saying? 5 police cops, black just stumped out another black.
Right.
So what the white guy saying? 5. It's time to get back on board, George. We can start fucking them up again. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What can they say now? Now what can they say, George? What can they say? You know what I'm saying? We'll get some to drink. Get something to drink. Because they happy. They happy to see niggas. Nigga, I thought I'd never see the day. I thought I'd never see the day that these police officers. Now we must be doing a damn good job, George. But can I get a kick in this? Can I get a kick in this? I'm talking about kicking that motherfucker. I want a kick too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving them license to continue on doing this. You're trying to stop them from doing this. Now the door's open, George. It's open.
It's
been open, but now it's wide open. It ain't no door on here, George. It ain't no door. So I'm saying that now, you know what we supposed to say when the next white cop kill us. We can't even get mad.
The first thing,
right.
Y'all do it.
Right.
And then what you gonna say?
Oh boy.
It's I think I showed you. It's a cartoon called The Boondocks, man. And the white guy teacher supposedly called the young brother the N-word.
My mistake.
He said that he thought it was the difference between nigger and then nigga. That GA means friend, but the GR is the derogatory term. He brought that same thing out. He said, well, if it's so offensive to him, why do they call each other that? And when you think about it, y'all call each other that all the time. So how is it offensive? Oh, it's the person that uses it. You know what I mean? Which in a way it is, but you know what I mean? You just made that come to mind when you like say, well, y'all do it. And that's exactly how Esau said. Well, y'all do it.
Y'all do it all the time.
You know what I mean? So what's the difference?
Right.
Finish that out, 18. Because it's the same thing you said here on 18. So.
Deuteronomy 28, no,
Leviticus 19.
Leviticus 19 and 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
God telling us, you should love your neighbor how you love myself or yourself. You should love your brother just as much as you love yourself. So if you want to bash your brother's head in, you should bash your own head in. You know what I mean? Basically, what you want for your brother, you should, what you want for yourself is what you should want for your brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if we just took that, man, I want my brother, matter of fact, I don't want to get rich if my brothers ain't that.
Right, yeah, that's right.
It ain't the same.
Right, it ain't the same, right.
I don't want this if that can't happen. Right. If we all took that approach, man, just imagine the change we'll have. And the thing is, not hold a grudge. Okay, we may have our differences, but once we air them out, man, we done with them, man. Right. I ain't thinking about that tomorrow. Right, you know what I mean? We squashed that. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's another thing with our problem. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And we ain't saying brothers don't have that, because you do. But it shouldn't carry on.
Because you got to be in control.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Of your grudges. You got to be in control of your anger. You got to be like, I'm going to try not to hate this. Even if you hate it, at least act like it and try not to. And know that you're wrong for doing it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's going to stay there, just give it the best you can. You know what I'm saying? Don't get dumb. Don't have that dumb anger. You know what I'm saying? Don't have that stupid hate. That's the point. You know, you can hate. You know what I'm saying? And get upset. But don't use it in don't let that become a dumb way, the dumbest way that you can find to do it. You got to kill somebody. How dumb is that just because you're upset? How dumb is that just because you're mad? You know what I'm saying? The person you killed, did he do anything to your sister? Did he do anything to your mother and your family? Did he cost you with some money? A life for money? You dig what I'm saying? You know? Or even, you know, did he mess with your woman? I would. You see what I'm saying? You just gotta get rid of them. Or both. You know what I'm saying? Right. Why would you kill someone? You get that dumb anger. Now there's no reason for you to be dumb. You know, that's not gonna be no excuse. Now, and we have that dumb anger amongst each other. We have that understanding anger among the white man. You know what I'm saying? We had to pay our taxes on. He take your house, he sell it. All right, okay, let me go move somewhere else. You never think of you never mad at him. Matter of fact, you're trying to get into another mortgage with him. You see what I'm saying? Now with me, I didn't keep you out your house, dog. You know what I'm saying? I owe you way less than matter of fact, I can never get that far to owe you. You got me at gunpoint at $120. So no, I can't get to $280,000 on the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm at gunpoint at $80.
You say this guy that got you for $200,000. You ain't thought
nothing about him. You ain't thought to look for him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't got you mad. You ain't mad about that. You're not killing man, at least. Oh, you ain't lying. It don't make no sense, do it? It don't make no sense. You want to kill me for 120? This guy got you for 120,000. You don't want to kill him. You're just cussing him a little bit. You moving on.
He might even cuss that.
Yeah, you're right about that. It don't make no sense. I got something else. I got a few more with brothers.
Yeah.
You go out.
Should be Ecclesiasticus, I'm thinking. 7 and 12. Ecclesiasticus.
7 and 12?
Yeah.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. When everybody's there, say come. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. For the wisdom is a difference, and money is a difference. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Right. And so it's showing you that a lot of us that have, broken up over money, or someone somebody that killed somebody over some money. is worth way more than money. Okay, to have wisdom is to know that it's not worth killing nobody, because they do a couple things. When you play chess, you look ahead, right? So you're supposed to look so far ahead that you have to make sure that it's not a god. You see what I'm saying? Yahweh, and you got to be for certain that this man, that this God don't exist for you to do what you're about to do. You got to be for certain. You know what I'm saying? So now if you kill a person, knowing that you're all the way wrong, this man did nothing to you, whether you think about it or not, when you wind up waking up and you killed your own brother, you have to come to a point to where you get to actually think outside the box. You got to believe, in something. Because you can't. If you don't believe in something, then you're gonna lose everything. Read that one more time. And give me what was it, Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, just 7 and 12.
You give me Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament.
Ecclesiastes is chapter 7 and verse 12.
7 and 12.
For the wisdom is a difference, and money is a defense. But excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Right. Okay. So if you think money is gonna give you life, then you really don't have wisdom, because wisdom is dealing with the relationship with the Father, and he gonna supply all your needs. And so if you're struggling because you don't believe in the Father, and somebody took your money, and you wouldn't go over there and kill him because you have no wisdom with the Father, you see what I'm saying? Then you're in debt to society for killing this person. You're in debt to their family. You're in debt to the Father. You put yourself so far in debt, and then imagine that most people that's killing people, they have loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So they killed the man that they hate to go to jail to stay away from somebody that they do love. You see what I'm saying? Oh, my baby, you got a girl, and you're going to jail for 20 years. You wouldn't give him, to kill him, that's going to put your girl out in the street. Remember I told you that when I said that, he told the white man, he said, how much do you hate black people? Oh man, I hate them a whole lot, George. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. That neighbor there across the street, whatever I do to you, I'm going to do one thing to him, but it's going to happen twice to you. Show me how much you hate this nigga and tell me what it is. Man, take out one of his eyes. But it's gonna, that means 2 of your eyes got to come out. Fuck it, George. Just get him. You know what I'm saying? You see that hate?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
We wouldn't hurt ourselves just to make sure you hurt.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Give me that. Ecclesiastes 7:12. I got 2 for you.
Well, go ahead. What you got? I'm just trying. Huh?
You did Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, I see Sirach. One was Sirach, and one is Ecclesiastes. Old Testament and Apocrypha. You did the Apocrypha, right?
No, this was
Old Testament.
Yeah, that was the Old Testament.
Okay. Give me Apocrypha.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. Devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like to thy friend.
Okay, so we explain that. Read it one more time.
Read it one more time. Give me
Devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like to thy friend.
Basically, that same hatred. Don't lie against your brother.
Right.
You know how some of us do it. If I'm in trouble, I'll make up a lie to get it off me, to put it on my brother. Especially if you done did it, don't put your brother in harm's way. You got to bear that. And it say don't do a friend either. And that's the thing is, you know how some of us be like, well,
leave a gun in the car,
yeah,
police pull you over.
I'm going down, you going down too. You know, that's that same thing. So You didn't got caught doing what you doing, but you want to, we all got to go because you got caught. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you did something wrong, so everybody got to go now. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I got caught with a robbery, but you know what you call him did 3-4 years ago? If I can get a time cut, I'll tell you what he did. So now you ain't going to bear what you did. You want to bring somebody else down too.
It's a time cut, man.
You know what I mean? Guys do that.
They need that time cut.
You know what I mean? You like you said, by any means, I'll poke myself once just to get him poked twice. You know what I mean? You want to bring your brother down too, and that goes that is so harmful in us. You know how some cats do, like, okay, this cat got a new car, I'm gonna do something to it. Man, they sell new cars to everybody. Got what I mean? My man got this car. He got a girl. You can get the same thing, man. You know, one cat said something to somebody who was like, you know, they could. What I do with my 24 hours, everybody got 24 hours. You jacking yours off. And that's my fault. But see, that's that hatred we have amongst each other. You know what I mean? Because somebody got this, you mad. Because somebody did this, you mad. Because you ain't jacking off all your, I'm not jacking off all my money, you are. You mad. That's hateful towards your brother, man. Instead of doing this, you know what, brother? But tell me how you got that. Tell me how you get this. That's how a real brother do. And you know what the brothers go? Man, let me pull your coat I'm gonna show you. Sometimes brothers be like, man, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me. I want somebody to do it. You know what I'm saying? With me. Oh no, go ahead. We don't operate like that though. But guess like you say, the other nations do that. They'll prefer to work with each other, like you said, if they don't even like their own brother.
For sure.
Before messing with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead, huh?
Give me Wisdom of Solomon 10:3. You know, so you know, when all the 5 cops, they identify themselves as being white. You know, and see, sometimes when the news tell you, you know, or their father said, you know, that wasn't the case, and things like that. You know, so when you're in the hood and you watch these black guys pull this. The brother over, right? When you watch how they went to the car, opened up his door, and said, "Get your bitch ass out." You think what I'm saying? And they're police officers. And, you know, I know it ain't funny, but you know, when you come from the streets, you look above that because you know, I'm not thinking about what the white man told me. I'm thinking about what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a man run up to the car, pull you over, right? Or I open your door, right? I already know who I'm dealing with this motion going on. With this type motion, I know exactly who you is. Get your punk ass out the fucking car, right? Because I know who you is, right? So he knew him, I'm thinking, right? And everybody thinking that, why is you so mad at this person? I mean, is he banging your lady? Did he, what's going on? I mean, did his son beat up your son? I mean, something on that caliber had to happen, right? Because this is out of the norm for the person that looks like me.
It's a lot, y'all. When you open the door, it's fine on you.
When you open the door, bing, then they get your punches out the car. You see what I'm saying?
So, I mean, he ain't give my man a chance to say nothing. He just fired on me.
Because he knew it. Because he knew it. You're right. Something happened between them to where he attacked him.
Because in my mind, I'm like, damn, you ain't give him a chance to say nothing. You just fired on me.
You don't even want as much as crazy, do you?
You know,
Nigga, you got a license. You don't want them boys?
He did something that quick. I'm like, man, my man ain't have a chance to say, wait, wow.
Right, and so now when you're looking at it more like this police officer. Of course, he's in the wrong, right? Okay, now not just one of them in the wrong. Okay, so now whatever happened between them two, it involved the whole 5. Why? Because that's their boy, right? What happened, man? Man, I caught this nigga, you know, banging my wife, or something about they getting together, or something going on with let's say it wasn't about the female. You know, let's say it was about something else, or maybe he actually outbid him on the car. I don't know anything, right? But we know this is not normal. This is not no regular stop. It ain't like my man was. Did they chase him or something?
No. He ran. He ran. I think
he ran out getting his ass whooped. I'm talking about the first stop. No. When they first stopped him, it was a normal stop, right?
Normal stop. And he stopped in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that's the best place to stop with it like that.
Oh, evidently not.
Just imagine if it was no light.
You're right. Evidently not.
Man, they're still on fire by some niggas.
Yeah, evidently not.
They would never thought black cops would do like that.
Hey, whatever he did,
You know,
he made my man
the EMT drivers got fired too.
Probably for watching it, because I didn't. They probably were they watching it, yeah. Because
I mean, they probably
somebody got to come on. This guy ain't moving, and ain't none of y'all gonna just say, "Come on, man."
Because they said they stayed there. They watched him for like 30 minutes. He just sat there and he was on the side of the car, just leaned up against the car, unconscious for 30 minutes. And the EMT, they was just standing there looking at him.
I bet they was watching like, damn, they're like me with the elbow. Damn, they're like me.
Yeah, of course, because they have an oath that they take to save lives just like the doctors.
Yeah. Because you got to know this over. My man cannot move. It's over. You know, it's over. He can't move. He ain't even fighting back.
Right.
So like you, that it's so important to have people around you that's going to be a friend and say that's not cool. That's not. You can't have a bunch of yes men around you.
Right.
And then that's what we talked about when we fought. I would have been, man, hey, man, I'm done, guy. Come. First of all, it's 5 of us. If you can't whoop this guy on your own, something wrong with you, man.
And he's skinny and you bigger than him?
Then why you calling me anyway?
You know what I mean? Something wrong with you, man. I'm gone.
Did my man hit all 5 of their sisters or something? He might hit all
It must have been because how bad they was.
All of them, man. He must have been 2 fighting the street.
Wow. He must have been.
He might hit all 5 of their sisters.
Whatever he did, man.
All those like that was my woman. That was my woman. That was my woman. He's like, damn, nigga, how many women is that here? I know the Lord made that many.
You know what I mean?
All these people come.
For real, I'm like, man, whatever he did, man, they was extremely upset, man.
It was upset, but you know, it still goes to show you that the mentality, how we identify ourselves as the other nations, because there's no way 5 black officers could have did this in a way that only whites can do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every kick looked like a white person. You see, what I'm trying to say is that for a black person to beat his brother up in this manner, and only white people do it, and the brother did it more than perfect. You see what I'm saying?
It's like,
and I'm talking about the anger the outrage and the anger that this brother was doing this in. He was doing it in the white man anger. He was doing it in the white man mentality. You see what I'm saying? He did this purely in a white man mentality, which he identified himself as white. And in order to be able to get it in like that, you got to identify yourself as white. You cannot do that and identify yourself as your own people. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I have seen, and heard about at the same time, a black cop killing a civilian or whatever like that. But 5 black cops on 1 black guy, I ain't never heard nothing like that.
Come on,
never seen nothing like that.
Why? Because you got to be like, man, come on, it's not. Why this guy is not moving, man? Why, man, I'm good, man. I ain't about to.
See, I'd be like, niggas, your camera on? We in trouble.
And nobody said stop, you go kill him.
You know what I mean?
Because nobody said stop, you go kill him. They was like, they didn't even give a damn to kill him or not.
All 5.
All 5 of them. Nobody said anything.
Like you say, the EMT on. None of y'all just gonna be like, man, come on now. That y'all don't think that's enough.
Come on, he on drugs. He high. He put drugs.
They how to take these punches.
Now, including the people that was filming.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna say, man, you don't think you over there a little bit?
But check this out.
I guess he was how beating he took.
Now you know how white police officers they'll come in and they make sure they get their kicks in and they punches in, right? They always got to. These white people that was around them, they ain't even moved. Because these niggas was doing it too.
They had to.
They couldn't believe it. They was like, George, he like you. He kicked like you, George. You see what I'm saying? Them niggas was doing it so well that it shocked the white folks that was around them. Them niggas don't think they white.
Y'all ever seen Tales in the Hood?
Yeah,
Remember when my man was locked up with the white boy?
Right.
And my man, he asked the brother, what you in here? He said, I'm in here for murder and I wouldn't mind doing it again. He said, yeah, okay, boy. And he punched the white guy. He said, I think he called him racist. And the white guy said, who you killed? He said, I like you, boy. Because he thought, you killed another brother.
Yeah.
You doing the work for me. He said, I like you, boy. You're a good boy. You know what I mean? You doing the work for us.
Right.
I don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. Right, and that's how he was looking.
Yeah.
That's how he was looking too.
You doing it for me. And you doing a good job.
You're doing damn good. You're doing better than I ever thought.
I just keep it going, boy. I'm proud of you.
And
Hey, you want a cigarette?
You know what I mean?
But you know, like Shabbat said, this is a celebration for them.
It is.
You know how, I mean, and this should be, you know, and see one thing about the blacks, you know, our people, we looking more like, well, you know, the police force. We shouldn't be looking at that. We should be embarrassed that coonery have taken this level. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We should be embarrassed that coonery have reached this far. You see what I'm saying?
Right. They just took it to another level.
I mean, everything is going to the next level.
Right.
You know, every evil the God say this shouldn't be here is going to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Gays and take this to the next level. You can't talk about them no more. You know what I'm saying? You know, and thievery, the government. You see what I'm saying? How they allow this, that, and not the other.
Right.
You know. So that's the only thing about that. You know, so I'm more like, so when coonery have taken that level to where you can be killed because you don't know that the person you're looking at is white inside. Mm-hmm. You actually think you're talking to a brother, and you talking to a straight up white boy, chocolate covered white boy, straight up, 100%.
So
he married to a white one, and if he find out that he white, he gonna beat his own stuff up.
Like Malcolm X said, you're a traitor against your own people.
You're a traitor against your own
You're a
people.
traitor.
Mm-hmm. Not knowing that in the end, the world's gonna be ours anyway.
Okay.
Read that last. Read that what I gave you. Explain it for me. Yeah, that's the Wisdom of Solomon.
Oh no, okay, I got it. You want me to? I got you.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I pulled it up. Wisdom of Solomon 10:3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10 and verse 3. But when the unrighteous went away from her in his anger, he perished also in the fury therein. He murdered his brother. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this. You know what this reminds me of? Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
You killed your brother. That's coming to you. You're going to get that same punishment. Like I say, down the line, you killed your brother. And like I said, in his anger. And like you said, when you see the video, and like you said, it was a regular stop. My man was angry when he walked up to the car.
He ran to the car, man.
You know what I mean? He already knew. My man could have been hands up, whatever. He already knew he was giving it to him. And that's what this is Cain and Abel all over. Mm-hmm. And that's what you say again when people, that's Cain and Abel. Right. You willing to kill your brother, anger, murder, whatever. Who willing to kill somebody that looked just like you, went through the same things like you, probably the same neighbor, we the same, man. Right. We face the same problems, man.
Right. And they made a report that said that he was doing some reckless driving, but for reckless driving, that's a reason to kill a person?
I mean,
then, but then they said, didn't have no evidence reckless driving. So, what was the purpose of you stopping them in the first place?
So, like, even if it's reckless driving, you mad about that?
Yeah, right. And you gonna punch man as soon as you open the door?
So you tell me reckless driving? Did he hit your car?
There wasn't no high speed chase, was it?
Well, no high speed. No, just a regular traffic stop.
Because even if you say reckless driving, that made you that mad?
And he pulled up behind you. Then the other two cars pull up on the side. Then another one pull up in front of him. That's 4 cars around.
Only thing I can say, he must have killed somebody, your wife or your brother or something.
Yeah.
What they did had to be on that level.
It had to be on that level. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it had to be something for reckless driving. He ran a light. He gave you the finger. They 5 guys to whoop that boy.
Yeah.
That's got to be something more than that.
I mean, he gave all 5 fingers. It looked like he gave all 5 over the fingers.
Even if that, come on, man, that's like a smack or something, man. Or you know what I mean? That's a smack.
That's so sad, man.
You done killed this boy, man.
Sometimes I have to laugh and keep him crying.
You know, and like you know what I say, man. I'm like,
it ain't funny, but
you telling me
Not funny, but
the one guy would have been enough.
Yeah.
You done killed it. And the thing is, these brothers are so stupid. I mean, and I hate to call these brothers stupid. You done messed up the person at home life.
Right.
You done, if you got a wife, you done messed up her life. You done messed up your kids' life. This one incident, that's a trickle down effect, man.
Yeah.
Now, what if you was the only breadwinner?
I mean, you look at it, that's 5 families just destroyed. Totally destroyed. And 6 families. Well, let's say 9 families, because the 3 of them, each of them, they got 5 gone too.
Gone too.
They gone too.
On some correct, like I say, and it's the unrighteous. And that's what they was, like you speaking on. And you know, I hate to say it, but you know, they lost.
They lost, yeah.
Because if they wasn't lost, man, first of all, man, you ain't about to beat this boy up. Even if he did sleep with your woman.
Yeah.
You need to check her.
Right.
She know y'all together or whatever.
Yeah, there's been a whole lot of niggas that.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept on that.
Okay, if I can say, hey, listen, man, I ain't about to go. You think we about to whoop this cat? Man, are you nuts?
Right, I mean,
I'm about to turn around, man.
right, because me and you alone and kill him. You know what I'm saying? That's even before we hit him. Me and you alone, we talking about him. Man, I ain't gonna, you can take him by yourself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever the situation. So
This might come up and hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Like a boxer.
And I'm like, you know, you would
Don't
have
him
been
in the face too. Couple times.
I seen one guy kick
him too. Like, first of all,
and white folks don't even do it that good.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. I say that was a whole unrighteous act. What? That was an unexplainable. I don't care what unless he didn't kill somebody. He must have killed your mother or something. He must have went in your house and killed your mother.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say,
that's the kind of force they put on me.
Because it had to be, it got to be, come on, man.
Yeah,
it's got to be something else, man. I ain't seeing it.
I know, I'm saying there's not no traffic stop.
Can't be, man. You can't be that mad on that, man. I mean, even if you was having a bad day,
right.
Sometimes that man let that fool go, man. You know what I mean?
I heard one of the commentators asked the father, was there something going on between him and them two dealing with some girl, and the father said no. Yeah. How would you know? This young, I mean, how would you know?
Because he probably ain't telling you everybody he hitting.
Why? My father wouldn't know.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So you just gonna say what you're supposed to say.
Yeah, Tom.
But from what I see,
unless he was saying it to keep, he don't know a whole lot of, gossip going on.
Maybe.
I don't think he know.
Yeah.
He don't know who his son.
Yeah, I'm saying he probably don't know, but
he don't know who his son gonna be.
There won't no rumors going around.
No, I got you on that, but that whole incident, it ain't just traffic. It's got to be.
It's some more.
We don't know what it got something. He used to bully you in high school or something.
He's bullied. Yeah. I put my money on that. It's more than just a traffic stop.
Yeah, it was because the way that played out.
Because I'm intelligent enough, not just to let the other nations take my head and say, no, don't look over there. I'm gonna look over there, look under there, and be like, that's what it is. I don't know what y'all talking about. You see what I'm saying?
Because that was over. I mean, like I say, about to let you, man. I ain't about to do it.
Right.
So if me and you about to fall out, I'm good, man. Go ahead, Al, because I think we wrapping it up. Oh yeah, go ahead, Al. You say you got a precept.
Yeah, this Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
God. And that's exactly. They lost. They was totally lost, man. Them 5 lost brothers, man. You know, 5 lost people, but you really can't call them brothers.
Yeah, you can't call them. They can be brothers after the next year. It'll be in that Bible and everything. You'll have precepts and all that.
I mean, maybe that might be the way. I don't know. But if that's the way, don't wake me up like that way.
I'm gonna be already woke.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
I don't need that much. I don't need that much.
they will give them boys some time too.
Definitely, man.
Just because they black.
Definitely, man.
Just because they black. So-called black.
They need it just because they black.
The thing is, if someone got a wife, I know they wife like, man, this stupid, man. I can't believe this fool.
She probably like, I'm glad he's gone. Fuck it, I'm up out of here with your dumb ass. You was dumb. You was that dumb shit in here. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. I ain't got to go to jail. I ain't got to divorce him. I can just take this and get the hell up out of here. And his pension. And we ain't get no pension. He messed that up too. Nigga.
That's messed up.
His pension. I mean, you know how they think. Man, get out of here, man. You don't got no pension.
For real, that was stupid.
I can't get child support from you.
Nothing. You know what I mean?
If I ain't picked the dumbest nigga, like you know, when I say it ain't your fault, I'm done for fucking with you. It ain't even your fault.
Yeah, I'm at fault. I'm wrong.
I'm totally wrong.
That's how some people be thinking. You know, it ain't even your fault.
It can't be. Cause I know. How did I not see all this?
Yeah.
How dumb you was.
I don't blame you. I blame me.
I miss all this dumbness you got. I missed that. Okay, so okay, all right. Samuel, give me 2 Samuel 12, 19 and 12.
I got 2 Samuel 19 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 19 and verse 12. When everybody there say come. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 19 and verse 12. Ye are my brothers. Ye are the bones and my flesh. Wherefore, they are ye the last to bring back the king.
Start at number 10.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 10. And Absalom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in the battle. Now, therefore, why speak not a word to bring the king back? And King David sent to Zadok and to Ananiah, the priest, saying, Speak unto the elders of Judah, saying, Why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house? Seeing the speech of all Israel is to come to the king, even to his house. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are my brethren.
Right there. So, even though the king is dead, right, he wants the king to be buried here, right? Because even his dead body belongs to him. You see what I'm saying? Because he got love for his brother. You see what I'm saying? The love for his brother, that ain't dead. That can't die. So I need his body here with me. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't have peace leaving him out there like that. And guess who he's seeing? He's seeing some dogs to go get him. What was his name again?
Zadok and Abiroth.
Yeah, where you at?
I went back up to 11.
Okay, 11.
Yeah, because King David sent.
Okay, read that again.
Go to 11.
Yeah.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 11. And King David sent to Zadok.
Right there. And King David sent to Zadok. Okay. And what else?
And to Abadar the priest.
Okay. And to Abadar the priest. Right. Okay. Zadok is the warrior. Okay. And he's a beast. So he gonna send him to go get the body. You see what I'm saying? And then read down. Saying, speak unto the elders. Read that.
Saying, speak unto the elders of Judah, saying, why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house?
Right, because what happened, they you know, when the king got killed, they was shocked. You kill the head, the body will die. I'll flee from you. And so they flee. And the elder like, hold on, man. I don't care. Bring his body back.
He got
to come back. I don't care about no losses. What you doing here? He ain't here. He got to be here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will get him or y'all stay gone. But don't come back here without him. What's I've been paying y'all for anyway? To be telling y'all something y'all should already know. You see what I'm saying? This is how important this is. This is my brother. You know, I love him.
And I don't even look right, God. You got the king there, just like he wasn't respected.
Right. The next king will be like, I don't want to be king. Y'all leave your kings out there like that?
Yeah, you know what I mean? For the bird. Oh, you just left him there, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's disrespectful.
Right. No wonder he died.
You know what I mean?
Y'all weren't no hell of a fighters. Continue on.
Verse 12. Ye are my brethren, ye are my bones and my flesh. Wherefore, then ye are the last to bring back the king?
Right. And so what he telling him, you know, you that's here, you my brother. Y'all three my brother. That left the king. Y'all are my flesh and bones. Y'all don't feel the same way I feel about the king?
Yeah,
The hell's going on?
come.
I mean, we the same blood. And you left the king? And my blood is in you? Continue on.
Verse 13. And say ye to Amaziah, are thy not my bone and of my flesh? God, do so to me, and more also, if thou not be captain of the host before me, continually in the room of J.O.I. Verse 14.
Okay, hold on. Go back to my bones and of my flesh. Say, God, do so. Go ahead. God, do so to me.
Verse 12, you saying?
13.
Okay. Verse 13. And say ye to Amaziah, art thou out? So like, art thou not of my bone?
Right. So are you not of my nation?
And of my flesh?
And of my same kin people. You're the same tribe, like Judah. Are ain't we the same tribe? God,
do so to me, and more so, if thou not be captain of the host before me.
Right. So God got this already embedded in me. You know what I'm saying? And so forth should have embedded in you if you want to be leader. Right?
Captain of the host before me?
Right. So if you want to be leader in front of me, what the hell you done not doing bring like the king?
Me continually in the room of J.O.I.
Me continually in the room of J.O.I. Someone I stick with. I wouldn't even do J.O.I. like this. Yeah.
And he bestowed the heart of all men of Judah.
Right. And so now the light came on. All the men of Judah heard this. They instantly felt the same way. Right?
Even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king, return thou and all thy servants. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Judah came to Gilead to meet the king, to conduct the king over Jordan. Verse 16. And Shemaiah, the son of Gorah, a Benjamite, which was of Burnham, has and came down with the men of Judah to meet King David. Verse 17. And they were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Zobah, the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons and his 20 servants with him. And they went over to Jordan before the king. Verse 18. And there went a ferry boat, Salakia, to carry over the king's household, and to do so what he thought good. And Shemaiah, the son of Gar, fell down before the king, as he was come over Jordan. Verse 19. And said unto the king, let not my lord impute iniquities unto me, neither do thou remember that which thy servant did purposely the day that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, and that the king should take it to his heart. Verse 20. For thy servant thou know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I have come the first this day of the house of Joseph to go down to meet my lord the king. But Ashabrat, the son of Zeruiah, answered and said, shall not Shimon be put to death for this? Because he cursed the Lord's anointed. Verse 22, and David said, what have I to do with you, ye son of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? Shall there be any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel?
Right, so he's like, watch your mouth. I'm ruling right now. Right. And so a lot of them, like, you know, when they came to rulership, they still liked who was in rulership. They liked the Saul, you know. And so when David became ruler, you know, there was a few that didn't want to or didn't even accept him as the ruler. You know what I'm saying? And when he peeped it, he put it in check, and then he killed him. You know.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Verse 23. Therefore the king said unto Shema, thou shalt not die. And the king sware unto him. And Mephibosheth.
Okay, and so since he told David how he felt, you know, David could have been like killed him. You know what I'm saying? But since he was honest with me, and you feel like that, I ain't gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big king.
Okay.
Well, that's it, really. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, that's the lesson of the day, showing how we are supposed to love our brother. And in the end, when David was king, and he actually spoke back to David, but he was honest. You know, like, man, I'd rather for Absalom to be king. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about this like this. And David knew king. You know, it's new. He the king, and David didn't kill him because David still seen him as a brother who just spoke up.
Sure.
You know, so you know, killing our brothers and stuff like that is not where it's at. You know, and we have not killed no one in no other nation. You know, so especially we're not supposed to be killing our own people. All right. So when we say thou shalt not kill, you're talking to your kinsmen, your brothers, according to the Torah. So HOI Detroit. I'm Uncle Penuel.
Brother Melchizedek.
Zephaniah.
And this class was about to love your brother. You put that on, sis?
Shalom.
Shalom. Give all praise to the elders. Hom Yashua.
Wam Yashua.